It's your girl, Madam Neesh, and I'm on none other than industry most wanted, Philly in the building. You ain't know, now you know. You hear me?
You rockin' with the commission.
I walked in here with a limp. Dip, wet, drip. They know they like that shit. I walked in here with a limp. Dip, wet, drip. They know Neesh that bitch. I walked in here with a limp.
Hey, what's going on, man? It is your girl, TampaMystic, and we are live. Where we at, Madam Neesh?
At industry most.
Big industry's most wanted, not the little one. Don't get it twisted now. Listen, look at this beautiful young lady I got in the building today, all the way from Philly, out here in the Atlanta area now. Madam Neesh, how you doing, beautiful?
I am doing great. Love.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
I know that's right. You're very welcome. She came through here looking like a whole superstar with a good energy, positive vibes. Give us a brief introduction. Like, tell us a little bit about what you do.
Okay, so it's none other than your girl, Madam Neesh, just in case you didn't know. I am an artist. I've been doing this for about 4 years. I feel like I really just started taking it serious for real, like the last 2 years. Per se, but I'm out here in the Atlanta area. I've been trying to do my footwork, and I'm here now. So get used to me.
She in the building, y'all.
I'm in the building.
Let's take it back a little bit so people can understand your journey. You're born and raised in Philly.
I am.
How long ago did you move to the A?
So I actually been here for back and forth for about 10 plus years.
Okay,
like back and forth, but Atlanta's home now.
Yeah,
so.
I know that's right. It is for me too.
Yeah.
Philly's a great city, though. A lot of talent comes out of Philly.
A lot of talent comes out of Philly.
Historically has, still is. Take us back to when you were a little girl growing up out there. What were you like? What was it like for you?
For me, like, I think I wasn't like the typical, little girl. Like, my life was very much so, like, my parents sold drugs. My father got killed when I was little, so my mom raised me. We had a good support system, though, so I don't feel like I missed anything. But once I seen all the killing and stuff, my mind automatically, since like 9 years old, I was like, I got to get out of here.
Yeah.
So rapping wasn't even on my mindset. I was just so busy trying to figure out how I'm about to get out this hood that nothing else mattered to me. So that's pretty much how it was. We moved a lot because my mom went on a run for a while. So that's really how I got to Georgia.
Wow. Yeah. Sounds like you endured a lot at a young age.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that really kind of molded you to who you are?
Absolutely.
Right now?
Absolutely. I wouldn't even take it back.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it comes with wisdom. A lot of people don't get that. A lot of people can walk in a room and have no idea what's going on. It is a gift and a curse because I can pick up on it easily, more so than others. And sometimes that's a negative connotation almost sometimes. Yeah. But it definitely made me who I am.
Absolutely. Like you said, there's people who grow up, in hindsight, looking back the opposite. Mm-hmm. And then into adulthood, they don't know what to do. Yeah, they don't know what to do. Mm-hmm. They're not a part of the real world because everything was always handed to them and gifted to them. And, like they say, fed on a silver spoon. I wouldn't have wanted that upbringing as either. You know what I'm saying? Because like you said, it comes with wisdom. Mm-hmm. So when did music start becoming an interest? I know you've been doing it professionally for about 4 years now, but prior to that, was it like an outlet for you?
No. I like to hear music, of course. My mom did music while I was growing up. So we had a lot of rappers at my house because my mom will have the studio. Everybody came to our house. But I never, I was like the nerdy kid that just wanted to go to school and figure out how I'm about to get out this hood. Yeah. It wasn't until 4 years ago when somebody asked me to do a song randomly. I never told this girl I knew how to rap, never had interest in it. And she just asked me. I was like, okay. Wow. So when I did it, everyone was like, you really need to think about really doing this. Yeah. So ever since then, I was like, all right.
So your first recording was a feature on a record. Mm-hmm. What was that experience like for you?
I was like, I know what not to do. I knew what not to do. That session was 6 hours long for one song.
Wow.
And I had mind's burst because I was so used to hearing. Back then, you couldn't just punch in when my mom and them were recording. Right. So naturally, I guess I knew have your stuff ready before you go in the studio. They was playing so much, I was like, that is not going to be me.
No. Time is money.
I don't want to smoke in the studio. I don't want to drink in the studio. I don't want a bunch of people around me. I was so annoyed.
Listen, you sound like me. That's how I am here. Like, we don't smoke here. We don't, I mean, I don't care if people drink per se, but I personally don't. Yeah. You see, it's just me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I'm very focused, and it sounds like you are as well.
Yes.
Definitely. So do you still write?
So I personally, when I used to write stuff down, I speak proper.
Yeah.
So it would sound too proper. So now I do it in my head, if that makes sense.
Yes.
So that's how I create my music. In the car, probably, in the shower, probably, and I come up with my songs like that.
Yeah, because times definitely have changed. Like you said, some artists go to the studio not even knowing really. They just punch in, and I commend them if they can do that. But I'm like you, I would need to be properly prepared and calculated before I get there. Like, boom, this is what I got.
Right. Time is money.
Time is money.
Studio ain't cheap, baby.
So that was here in Atlanta?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you still have connection with that artist?
No. I don't know. I think I don't know what happened. Yeah. I'm gonna say this. I wish her the best though. I don't even think she's doing music anymore. But I think it's one of those situations where people always want you to do good but never better than them. And in this industry is a lot of that. But for my piece, I wish you the best. It's nothing.
Absolutely. I say that often. People want to see you do good, but never better than them. And that's why a lot of artists don't support other artists, which is weird to me.
Right. Very weird.
But out here in the A, I could say coming from Tampa to here, I see a lot more support here than I did back home. Yeah. Do you feel it's that way versus Philly?
I think because I started music here.
Yeah, it's hard to say.
It's hard for me to really say. I hear stories about artists not supporting other artists. It's more so I'm hungry, so I want to take what you got kind of mindset. So I don't really know. I met a couple of them that I think are dope artists, and I'm sure like it wouldn't be no problem reaching out to them. I feel like I kind of tricked the mindset. Yeah. When you go somewhere else and they see that, it's like make them want to mess with you more, if that makes sense.
It definitely does.
So for me, before I go strictly back to Philly and just start doing my groundwork, I feel like I have to plant my seeds other places first.
I agree 100% because oftentimes it takes for you to get on in other places for your city to get behind you. And that's okay. You know, that's what it is. I think that everybody, no matter what it is they do, encounters that same situation. Right. But it sounds like you're very focused, you know, to the point where it's like what's going on around you. Not to say it don't matter, but it doesn't interfere with your focus.
That's right.
That laser focus, right?
Yeah, you can't. You'll be depressed to the motherfucker.
Nah, facts. We'll get so consumed with that stuff. And, you know, like whatever we focus on in life is what develops, and it will consume us, and we can't. Absolutely. We can't be. Do you feel like being a female artist is a little tougher for people to really like get on board and start supporting you?
I wouldn't. You know what I learned by being here in Atlanta? When I first started, it's going to make sense once I say it, but once I first started, I was like, bars matter because I'm from Philly, right? Yes. And then I started doing showcases, and I realized bars don't matter as much as the performance, right? So me knowing that, it doesn't really even like... Like, I don't even think about it. Like,
no, you're absolutely right.
Like, it's the performance. Whatever you give, people is going to give them a return. So if I walk on the stage and give you every single piece of me, if you don't like it, cool. But people gravitate towards confidence. Yes. So once I learned that, I was like, you're going to get it anyway.
Absolutely. No, they want that confidence, and you're projecting good energy.
Right.
Absolutely. Because I think we are in an era now where people can get a little bit of a pass if they're not super lyrical, as long as they have that good energy and, like you said, good stage presence. Have you been doing a lot of performances out here in the A?
I used to do it a lot more than I do now because I'm kind of burnt out. I ain't going to hold you.
I understand.
I am burnt out. But I feel like it's important. Yeah. I'm not going to knock the showcase, and I don't want artists to feel like, oh, you're bigger than a showcase, because that's where you learn. Especially if you don't have the money to get the proper training. Right. Like holding the mic or knowing how to control the crowd. That is your cheapest way to learn.
Absolutely.
So do the showcase. It's okay to do the showcase. You're not bigger than the showcase.
But you're absolutely right, because it's funny, me and Bigga, when artists perform, we'll always instruct them how to properly hold the mic. You know, we want to drop, because some of them hold the mic like this, and then it muffles their sound. It's like, no, you want to hold it on the actual handle. Little things like that can go a long way in their stage presence. Absolutely. And not having 30 people on the stage with you, have them in front of the stage to support you.
Thank you. Because what are you up here for?
Right. It's like, who is the artist when you got your whole entourage up there? It's weird to me, but you know, to each his own.
They probably in the studio too.
Exactly.
They probably in the studio.
They're the ones that are in the studio smoking and drinking all night and, you know, messing around. Yeah. Absolutely. Do you feel like being here in Atlanta, though, is helping you enhance what you have going on versus if maybe you went back home? Or I know you haven't really done music in Philly, but would you?
Absolutely. I feel like Atlanta is the melting pot.
Yeah.
Shout out to Texas too, because Texas got some heat.
That's facts.
Texas got some heat, and I did a couple of shows out there too. But Atlanta, for me, is such a variety of artists here, and like you said, it is a place where you might not get everybody on board to want to reach across, but it is a lot of artists who will mess with what you got going on and want to build with you. So I feel like this was the best place to start if I was going to start anywhere.
I agree, because there's always opportunities here, like showcases or networking events, and you know, music conferences come here. You know, the Core DJ conference was just here. Fleet DJs got theirs coming up, I think, in like July of next year. You know, so there's always things for artists to get involved with out here. Definitely. Let's run through your catalog a little bit. You know, so you had the song that you did as a feature. Beyond that, what was the very first song that you released as a solo artist?
It was called Break 'Em.
Tell us a little bit about it.
So it's a strip club song.
Okay.
I figured, like, okay, I'm in Atlanta, I have to give them a strip club song.
Facts.
The strippers run. Well, I don't know so much now per se, because it's a little different. But when I started, or what I seen before, the strippers made the song.
That's facts.
So I was like, I'm about to make this strip club song.
Yeah.
And it actually did really good, surprisingly. My guy did have put it out, and I learned you need to have stuff mixed and mastered.
Yes.
Do not put out a song without it being mixed and mastered.
Yes.
But people mess with it, so I guess it worked.
Absolutely, and you're right. When I first moved here back in 2013, my first hosting gig at a club was at Magic City.
Oh, yeah.
I hosted there.
Oh, you was in there.
Girl, I was in there. I was like, you couldn't tell me nothing. But it was dope because, like you said, the girls, I really have respect for the naked hustle. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the ladies out there. But I also met some really dope people, because somebody who was anybody would be in there just, you know, hanging out, chilling, eating, you know, watching the girls. And it's like, it's a great place to break your record.
Absolutely.
And something else I want to key on and that you said is making sure when you put your music out that it's mixed and mastered.
Yeah.
It's something that I kind of battle with some of these artists, like with the radio station. They'll send me a song that is very rough, and I'll tell them respectfully, I just can't play that.
Right.
You know, you got to go get a good mix and master. Who are you working with engineering wise?
I work with a couple of people out here. I haven't found a family engineer, but shout out to D Plays the Pyro. He produced my new song called Drip that's out on all platforms. Biggs, I use Biggs a lot out in VA.
Yep.
I use a couple of people, but they're my main two people that I use.
So do you record it? Do you have a setup at the house where you record it, or are you going to the studio to record?
I go to the studio,
okay,
but I'm about to fix that this weekend. So
yes,
it's a lot of money.
It is, but I'll tell you one thing that you can look into doing is I tell artists, if you do invest in a setup, you don't necessarily have to buy stuff brand new.
Right.
Pawn shops are your friend. I promise you can find, I learned this from my now ex, he's an audio engineer, and he bought like his Apollo Twin interface from a pawn shop, worked perfectly, got it at about half of what you would buy retail. Your speakers, all that. Check your pawn shops, you know what I'm saying? Because they don't have to necessarily be brand new. And most of them have a return policy if there's any issues with it, because it can be very expensive. But in the long run, it's going to save you a lot of money.
It sure is. I'm like, this weekend, this is the main project for the weekend. Like, I have to. I have to. It's no way.
Because you could wake up one morning with something on your heart, like, I got to go record this, and no studio may be available, but boom, you got your own setup, you can get in there and record it.
Yeah, and it happens a lot.
Yes, absolutely. Where do you draw your inspiration from?
Just life experience, how I'm feeling at the moment. I always say I'm like bipolar in the sense of music-wise. I'm not stuck in a box. It's like however I'm feeling at the moment. That's what I'm going to create.
So are you open to tapping into multiple genres of music?
Absolutely.
What would be some other ones?
Reggae for sure. Like the whole vibe of that is just so amazing to me. Like I really country.
Yeah.
I'm open to all of it, really. Just not no heavy metal stuff.
Right,
Shout
absolutely.
out to the heavy metal.
Of course, shout out to them, but yeah, I'm not into that either.
I don't think my voice is
out there banging your head around. I'm like, I'd have a headache.
Much love to them, though.
No, much love to them. But you're right. Like, I see a lot of hip hop artists transitioning into doing country music, and I'm loving that. In fact, someone sent me a video last night, and the guy was doing a country Crip song.
Oh, I seen that.
I was like, but it sounded really dope.
I think that's so creative. I just love creativity.
Yes.
Like, that's why I don't understand why artists don't want to work with other artists. It's like, do you love music, or are you just trying to get the fame and the money off the music? Because if you love music, why wouldn't you want to create with the next person?
Absolutely, because in my humble opinion, it's going to get them a bigger audience.
Absolutely.
To gain more money.
Absolutely.
It makes sense.
But you'd rather be a hater, hating ass.
There are some, listen, bro, the haters be hating. It's so weird to me, but, you know, I don't know. Like, we don't have that in our heart, so I guess we'll never fully understand it.
That is absolutely correct, because I'd be baffled.
Me too. I'm just like, it's just petty to me. Shout out to all the haters, though.
You ain't got no haters, you're not popping.
No, that's facts. So let's talk about some of the stuff that you've done as an artist. Your first single did over 100,000 streams on it. Congratulations, first and foremost. That's big, big, big business right there. How did that make you feel?
I was like, oh, I could really do this.
Yeah.
Because I think when I put that out, I probably was doing music for like 2 months. And then I put that out, and when it did, I was like, oh, snap. I might be on this. I might be for real.
No, that is facts. That's facts. Absolutely. Was that on like Spotify, or was it a cumulative?
Yeah, it's on all platforms.
Yeah.
It's still out. I was going by the artist name of Neesh Love at the time. But I'm going to tell you about that song.
Yeah.
That song, when I start doing like the reviews, them damn reviews will hurt your feelings. They was giving me the, it's cool. Like, she's going to have a lane, but that's not what I wanted.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I really have to get more bars involved. Like, Break 'Em is a good strip club song, but I didn't want to be known for the strip club.
Understood.
So now I'm heavy on it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But, you know, I think in being in this industry, you're going to have to, that constructive criticism be real.
Yes.
You got to learn to have that thick skin.
Absolutely.
Is that something that you've been able to get past?
Yeah, absolutely. It just makes me go harder. Like, it's never a time where I'm like, I just don't want to do it anymore. It just makes me go harder. So I thank y'all for the criticism. I feel like I get critiqued so much. I think because they think my demeanor is so like, it is what it is, that they be trying to go hard for me.
Listen, they be coming for us sometimes.
Yes.
I think it's just sometimes as women, because we as women tend to be a little bit more emotional.
Yeah.
You know, and sometimes some of that stuff be wanting to make you cry, but it's like, I got to just toughen up. How did you get past that, for anybody who maybe is struggling with taking that constructive criticism?
I'm a Virgo, so I'm a prove you wrong kind of person. So for me, that's nothing but motivation. I mean, at the end of the day, if they don't like it, that's okay. That's not your audience. Like, your goal is to get your audience and tap in what you like. At this point, hearing what's popping in the music is no way you should give up.
No.
Everybody has their own lane. Like, you could really pretty much do anything. You can be a weirdo and get an audience, because it's a bunch of weirdos. So it works.
You just absolutely nailed it. There is a audience for everything. I shamelessly watch mukbang videos.
Are you a mukbanger?
I'm not a mukbanger, but I like watching the videos because there's a lot of foods that I don't necessarily eat, but I like it. To me, it's like I live vicariously through them eating it. So it's like, who would think somebody would enjoy watching somebody sit there and eat a big plate of food? I do. It's weird.
You like the noise?
I don't necessarily like the noise.
Okay.
I just like the satisfaction of that they're eating something that I know I don't necessarily eat. Like, I don't eat fried foods and stuff, but they be eating them, like the wings and stuff. And I'm just like, dang, that looks good. So I like live vicariously through them. Yeah. Which lets me know there is absolutely an audience for everything. So just do you at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Definitely. You got to open up for Neo.
Yes.
Girl.
I did.
Big congrats on that. Making big moves. Tell us about that experience, how it came about, and what was it like actually being on that stage?
So fun fact, so my husband, he's a painter. So he really so much support me that he can be painting a wall and be like, let me let you listen to.
I love that.
So one of the houses he was painting, they actually owned a bar.
Okay.
So I think Nia was doing his tour run at the time, and he was going to be performing at that guy's bar. So he was like, you got to get my girl on the show.
I love that.
And I was pregnant at that time, and I was so afraid to do this show because when I went in there, I'm like, this is an older crowd. Like, how the fuck they
How are they going to perceive me?
How are they going to perceive me? And then I'm already emotional because I'm pregnant.
Right.
But you couldn't tell, but thank God for good genes. But I was mad at him.
Like, you put me in this position?
I'm like, it's cool, but these older people in here, how am I supposed to, they're not going to like me. But they really messed with me. Like, Big Tigger was the host that night. So it was, I'm glad I did it. I'm glad I overcame that emotion of, it was me being frightened. I was scared.
Are you an overthinker? Scared.
I am.
Me too.
I am. That's the earth sign. It
is.
It's okay.
But it's like, you will completely overthink a situation and psych yourself out. But once you get there and do it, you're like, man, like you said, I'm so glad I did this. Yeah. Definitely. Did you get to meet Neo?
I did. I took a picture and everything.
That is dope.
He's really sweet.
Shout out to your husband who aligned the stars on that situation.
He really be going hard for me for real.
That's beautiful. That is beautiful. That's where that good support system comes in.
It matters for sure.
Absolutely. So you're a mother.
I am.
How did motherhood change your life?
I think it made me better. Like, when you doing it by yourself is one thing, but when you got a mouth to feed or you're doing it with a purpose, is a whole different hunger. It's a whole different mindset of, I don't even have time. Yeah. I don't even have time. Certain things that you would listen to before, I don't have time for that.
Yeah.
I don't. Like, I have a goal. I have to accomplish my goal. Like, what you talking about don't even matter. So, like you said about the club thing, I hate that I have to do it sometimes, but I be drunk.
Your home is your peace of mind.
It is.
That's your family. That's your peace of mind.
Yeah.
Understood. Absolutely. And I think becoming a parent also, as women, I can't speak for a man because we're not men, but as women, it really teaches us to be a lot more proactive. We think about our moves, and I'm sure fathers do as well, because it's like you want to, like you said, you've got a mouth to feed, a whole nother human being to take care of. Absolutely. Do you have just one?
No, I have 3.
You have 3 of them?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Are they fans of your music? She said, I'm big mama. I got 3. Don't play with her.
I got 3. What Suki say?
Are they fans of your music?
My daughter is a K-pop fan.
Okay.
So she be like, Mom, I'm a gangster rapper. So she be like, Mom. My sons, yes.
The boys like it.
The boys be with it. They know they know my songs and everything. They be with it.
Have they had an opportunity to see you perform yet?
Not yet. They see me on like videos and stuff like that, YouTube and stuff, but they too young.
They're too young.
Yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of these shows and stuff be requiring them to be 18 and over. There are some family-friendly events. In fact, that might be something I can plug you into. So I'm connected with the owner of the Georgia Spartans. It's a semi-pro basketball team.
Yes, I've heard of them.
Yeah, and he will have me book artists sometimes to come perform at halftime shows, and it's family-friendly. Like another female that I'm friends with, she's an artist. She just did the national anthem at the Turkey Classic basketball game.
Oh, nice.
So I'll keep you posted on those opportunities. That way your kids could come and actually see you.
They would love that.
They would love that.
Yes.
Do you have some songs, or at least a song that could be catered to like a audience of kids if needed?
Yes. My daughter, it was like her hate. She's a hater, but but like I said, it motivates me. So I be feeling like I have to make something that she likes, so that way she could be like, all right, Mom, this is good.
Absolutely. And you never know when you might get booked for an opportunity. So it's like, at least, even if you're not going to necessarily push that as a single, have it in the vault. Yeah, ready to go.
Even with like that Neo situation and me being in an older crowd, I was like, I need a song that caters to them. So I do have a song in a cut to that. I think it's gone.
What did you perform that night?
The Brownstone.
Okay.
It was, well, I don't even think it's there anymore, but Eagles Landing.
Okay.
It's called the Brownstone out there.
That is dope. So you were able to pick something that you had and cater to the audience. That's so important because, you know, essentially, like I had a conversation with another artist. He was on tour with Jacquees, and he was kind of like the opener. And he said, at the end of the day, they weren't there for me. They were there for him. Right. So you have to kind of learn the audience. And it sounds like you did. Like you said, you knew it was going to be a little bit older crowd. crowd.
Yeah.
So you properly prepared yourself for that.
You have to be.
You have to be. Absolutely. Would you take those opportunities again? Like if you got the chance to open up for other big artists? Yeah.
But that was a learning experience for me. I think sometimes artists get into this realm of this is what I want to do and at first I was like that too. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
But listen, it's okay to listen.
Yeah.
It's okay to listen. Like, get out of that realm of, it's not just one box. You don't got to make shaking booty music. You don't got to kill everybody all the time. Like, you can be in love. You can make that elevator music songs too. That's okay.
No, absolutely. Because there's an audience for everything. And there's some artists out there who make songs that have no profanity and it's still a really dope record. Yeah. It's a dope record, so just at the end of the day, you got to do what feels right for you because there will be an audience for it. Tell us about this documentary. You had the opportunity, a journey about, your fame and your life and, tell us about it as much as you can.
Yeah. So we're still filming, so I can't say too much,
sure.
But it is 5 of us, artists, female artists that's here in Atlanta, based in Atlanta, and they're super dope. And they have their own lane. We have like a gospel rapper. We have very Southern rapper. So it's a beautiful thing to even be in that room with them.
Yeah.
And it's pretty much just following us around as we build up as independent artists and make it the rise to the top. So I think it's super cool and important.
So important. If you don't document it, it didn't happen.
Absolutely.
You have to document your journey. Being a part of this situation, what have you learned from it about maybe yourself?
I feel like I don't share enough. So having somebody really in my business, I think I realized how important my story is.
Yeah.
Like a lot of times sometimes when you get too focused, you don't express enough, but it is an artist out there that is probably pregnant and trying to figure out how they're going to do after. We have the Cardi B's and stuff that have done it, but as an independent artist, it's different. You know what I mean? So somebody needs to hear that story. Somebody needs to hear that you don't have to be lonely doing this. It is somebody that's going to support you. So it's just the different aspects that I have that I didn't realize other people might, feel that. They might, they might be interested in learning that.
Absolutely. Learning to become a little bit more vulnerable without giving them too much.
Right.
Because like you said, you got a whole private personal life. You don't want to necessarily put that on the spotlight, but you as an artist, you have to be a little bit more vulnerable because I think that's where you generate your most organic fan base.
That is true.
Because they relate to you. Like you said, there might be another young lady out there who's trying to pursue it, but she's pregnant. She's like, I don't know what to do. It's okay.
Right.
You don't have to necessarily let that stop you. You might have to scale back a little bit, but it doesn't have to stop you. Will this be something that's premiering in 2025?
It is.
Super exciting. Is it going to be ongoing? Do you know? Like, is it going to be a series where they're going to bring like a next wave of artists in?
I'm not sure just yet. We are the first set of artists, so I'm not sure how it's going to go per se, but I would love to see other artists. I would love to see the transitions of, the generations after us and how they do. I think it's important.
Yes.
Like, even for myself, everybody has a person they looked at and was like, okay, if they can do it, I can do it too. So I think it's important.
In these type of shows and documentaries, you never know where it can take you. Like, shout out to Lotto, who was on the Rap Game.
Right.
When she was like 15, she used to come perform at my showcases. Like, her dad would have to bring her because she couldn't even get in. And she was so cute. She would be up on that stage.
That's dope.
She would come out and it's just dope to see her. And then next thing you know, she's on Rap Game. And now she's one of the biggest female artists out there. That Rap Game show helped get her some notoriety. So you never know where this might take you. Are you prepared for that?
I pray a lot about it.
Yeah.
Because I am one of them people that what I feel like success is might be a little different to the average artist. Like, my piece is so important. Yes. You know what I mean? And I battle with it sometimes because I am a private person and I realize there's a lot of evil in this world.
Yes.
So for me, it's not so much more of the fame. It's the more of like my purpose after. Like, I have a goal that I'm trying to do. It's not just rap. Like, I really have a plan of why I'm doing this to get to here. So I have to just pray a lot because I don't want to get caught up in a realm of what's happening now.
Yes, absolutely. Because that is the one thing about being an entertainer, whether you're a music artist or an actor, actress or whatever, that peace of mind can be ripped away from you. Like, Jay-Z's going through it right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In a whirlwind of something that probably never even happened. but because he's so big, people like to target that. And it's like, and he even made the statement saying, now I got to sit down and explain to my girls. And it's like, and I feel so bad because ladies, speak up when it happens. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm going to say. And I'm not going to get too deep into it, but that's a prime example of how your peace can be ripped away from you. And it could be difficult because you have a family as well. Absolutely.
It's like, for what?
Yeah.
Like, if it happened, of course, like you said, speak out on it when it happens.
Yes.
But I just feel like that comes with that territory. And it almost kind of makes you, is it worth it?
25 like years later?
Yeah. Is it worth it?
Yeah. To me, I don't know. I can't speak for every woman. I just know me personally. I went through a situation similar to that, and I immediately spoke out about it because what happens is people don't believe us if we wait all these years. Like, oh, she just lying. She just wants some money or whatever, you know. So it's like, ladies, I can't tell you what to do, but if you can find the courage in yourself to speak out, immediately do so.
Because you're going to save somebody else.
Exactly.
So why not?
Right.
So hopefully, you know, God give you the courage to speak out, and it's okay to speak out. God got you at the end of the day, but you might save somebody else. So forget Jay-Z or whoever the case might be, but just help somebody else.
Yes, absolutely, 100%. And that's why, you know, it's beautiful you're doing this documentary because, you know, your journey of what you've been through could potentially help somebody else. Are you going to, within the documentary, again, you can say as much as you can or cannot say because it's not out yet. Are you also talking about your life before music?
Yes. We touched on it. I even went back home just for it and just kind of visit certain places that I grew up in. I'm just like, I really came from that. Like that in itself for me is success. Yes. Like the money is going to come and go. The fame, who cares?
Yeah.
Like I'm able to say I went from that to this and I'm going to keep going. So for me, and that in itself is like, I don't, baby.
I know that's right. You can't tell her
you
nothing.
You can't tell me nothing.
Coming into 2025, like I'm not big on New Year's resolutions per se, but I always believe in having stuff kind of planned out. What is something that you feel like in 2025 you're going to make sure that you accomplish that didn't maybe quite happen in 2024?
Being more vulnerable, for sure. Yeah. Like you said, a lot of times people don't fall in love with your music. They fall in love with you. So me realizing that now, I have to give more of me. That's why I want to do more podcasts and do more shows so you can see my personality. Yeah. People will get a whole makeup in their mind of who you are, and you don't even, you the villain. I'm the villain. I'm the villain.
You are absolutely right. You have to really show them because a lot of times people only give a highlight reel of their life versus, like you said, you know, being a little vulnerable and letting them in and saying, you know what, I came from this, you know, I went through these struggles as well. I'm a human being just like you are.
Right.
Absolutely. What do you feel like, let's have an accountability moment. What do you feel like that's something that you could really work on a little bit harder besides the vulnerability as a music artist within your craft?
Just dropping more music. I think the overthinking in me is trying to figure out what's the right thing to drop. And who cares? Like the growth, if people see the growth, they're going to respect it more. So it don't have to be perfect right now. But at least you're going to see I'm really trying, I'm really doing something. You ain't going to know that if I don't drop nothing. So more content, dropping more music, and just being in everybody's face more.
Yeah, absolutely. Right now, currently, about how often are you dropping a record? That kind of says it all.
Accountability. I have music in a cut, but I haven't dropped a song in 3-4 months.
Yeah.
Which, like I said, this new year, all of that's going to change. So I could take accountability and say, I need to do better. Like, how else? That's why I can't look at somebody and be a hater. Like,
especially when you have the setup at your house,
right?
There's no excuses. You can record and every month drop a new record.
Right.
We're in that era where content is king. People want to see new from you.
They do.
They don't even let the first one settle in before they're ready for the next one. People are just in
Pretty
that.
Ass.
That's where. Yeah, exactly. They being greedy. You know,
what's
like
next?
Right. It's like I haven't even got this one to the world.
Right.
You know, but you can have that main single that you focus on, but still in the background be dropping records because you never know which one of those may be the one to take you to that next level.
That is true.
Let's take it outside of music a little bit. You have a clothing brand?
So I'm really working on this clothing line. I don't even want to say the name because we do got haters, and sometimes that, but I love fashion.
Yeah.
Like, I love fashion. And I feel like when people see me, they're like, okay, yeah, she gonna throw that shit on.
You look super like fashionable. That from the hair to the clothes to the shades, everything, you got that. So tell us as much as you can. I know we don't want to disclose the name just yet, but tell us about it.
So it's going to be more of a men's line.
Okay.
I love men clothing. I like to dress men. Like, I love to see men put
Is this
that
your
shit
model?
On. Yeah, he be. Not today, but
he a whole
he
model.
dressed himself today.
He still looks fly.
He still look fly, but I do be dressing him, and it's just like, I think men clothing are so cool. I think a lot of women don't really tap in so much in the men brand.
Yes,
but they need fly stuff too.
Absolutely.
Sweatpants ain't always. You could put that stuff on.
Yeah. So what type of stuff are you gearing up to actually launch, like for men?
It's going to be like jackets and jeans and sets, just in case you're a person who don't know how to put stuff together. I'm going to have the set put together for you.
Okay. How long has this idea been something that you wanted to pursue?
It's been a long time, like at least 6 years.
Okay.
I've been thinking about how to do it, but I started learning how to sketch and stuff to actually bring it to life. So sewing machine, all of that gotta be put together.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
And then you can maybe eventually venture out bringing in like a cologne line,
yes.
To smell good.
That's on my next to 2025. I already been looking to it, and I actually met a dope black male. He has his own perfume line that I just met. Network is so important.
Yes.
Like, you have to be in those rooms. You have to. The club ain't always gonna be where you need to be.
That's the worst place to network.
That is the truth.
Can't hear.
Don't date in the club either.
Heck nah, absolutely not.
Don't date in the club.
I say all the time, relationships will walk you through doors that money cannot. It'll put you in places that money cannot. There are some rooms you can't buy your way into, but a relationship will walk you in there. So you met somebody who already has, the smell good. Mm-hmm. Is this somebody that may help you when you're ready to?
So he already said that he'll definitely help me any questions I had, because that's so expensive, and there are a lot of gatekeepers in that industry. Wow. So to even find somebody, just the strength of me walking in that room and going to support, and I don't know this man from a can of paint, it was enough of him to be like, okay, I want to help you out.
That's love right there.
That's absolutely
love.
That
is love. So the clothing brand on the way, the smell good on the way. Will you, once that is up and running and really doing its thing, will you venture into the women's side as well?
Yes, for sure. I think, I feel like with women in this particular area dynamic, everybody wants what's on TikTok and stuff. It's not really like fashion for it. I feel like I would have to go somewhere, like branded somewhere else for women per se.
Yes, that makes sense. That makes this TikTok may be going away though.
I heard.
Are you big on being on TikTok, or are you more Instagram?
I'm more Instagram. I'm more in person. I feel like people don't get to see who I am on the internet. Maybe that's like the old school in me. I'm a in person, like, how you doing? My name is such and such kind of person.
Yes.
Cause that you can't take that away.
No, absolutely. People want to feel your energy.
They do.
Absolutely. I'm with you on that too. There's an event that's this Saturday. When I'm going to get some more details on it. It's like a networking event. It's at Tree Sound Studios. Okay. It's actually in this area. Yeah. I don't know if you've ever been
I've heard of Tree Sound Studio.
It's so beautiful. Okay. It's like, I first went there, probably about 10 years ago, because Rick Ross did a listening party there. And they have like a whole performance stage area.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So I just connected with the guy who put the event together. I just found out about yesterday. I'm going to get some more details, because they got like panels. They're going to have artist performances. They're going to have networking. So it might be something low key in a studio that, you might want to pull up to.
Anything. I'm near, baby.
Yes, 100%. Let's talk about also too, you're opening housing for the mentally ill.
Yes.
I'm here for it. I'm big on mental health. It's so important. Tell us about it.
So actually, that's one of the things I was saying, like, rap is not just my stop. Like, I feel like if I could reach them through my music, then they can relate and see that I'm just like them. Yes. As far as we're just human beings. Your take on life just might be a little bit more challenging, but it's people that care. I feel like they just missing the piece of somebody actually cares. They feel alone. They feel, you know what I mean? Like, I have a lot of people in my family that struggle with mental illness. Yeah. And I feel like, I always say I'm the therapist. Everybody calls me with their drama. And that's okay, but I'm trying to get paid for it too.
No, facts. Listen.
But it's so hard to even, like, the government, how it is now, you can literally say this person is going to kill themselves or going to harm other people, and they send you through so many hoops and boundaries before they even help you. That is, a lot of times it's too late.
It's too late.
And then they're on the street and they're wandering around, and you just never know what's going to happen. So that is so important to me, to figure out what I need to do and build a foundation for them and have somewhere for them to go and be safe. That's really like I feel like that's my purpose in life.
I love that you said that, because that's one of the things that I always like to ask about. What is your purpose? And you have absolutely found your purpose.
Yeah.
And it's really to help other people who are in need, not even necessarily, financially, but just mentally.
Right.
Like you said, there are people out here, they could be the wealthiest person in the world, but if that mental health is not on point,
it's a lot of them.
There's a lot of people. I even made a video about it. I said, I felt like my entire life I've spent my entire life in relationships trying to prove that I'm a good person. I'm like, I'm not doing that no more. I am enough. But some people can't get to that point where they understand that, and things happen. They end up hurting themselves or hurting somebody else. That's beautiful. Is that something that you're going to be working on heavy for 2025?
This is going to be a lifelong journey for sure. Like, this is something for sure that I'm called to do, because no matter where I'm at, I feel like I'm always giving good counsel. And a lot of people don't have that opportunity to even speak with somebody with good counsel, let alone know that this person is not good counsel.
Yes.
So, like, that just brings me so much joy. Like I just feel like that's who I am.
Absolutely, because that could save someone's life.
Absolutely.
A simple conversation with you could save somebody's life. And that alone, like you said, you're fulfilling your purpose. And to anybody out there who's going through anything, it is okay to seek therapy. Men, women, young, old, it's nothing to be ashamed of. We all go through stuff in life, Some people are people pleasers, and that alone will stress you out.
Yep.
I've always been that person.
That used to be me. Now
me too. Yeah, exactly. Right. I think we learn from that, because we see it takes a toll on us. That's beautiful. Do you don't have to disclose it, but do you have a name for the organization yet?
I do, but I don't want to disclose.
Yeah. Until you get all them paperwork, check.
You know how it go.
Yes.
I hate to keep saying that, but it's still an evil world out here.
You have to protect yourself, because if you disclose something before you already have the copyrights and everything registered, somebody will take that and run with it. You have to be mindful of that, because trust me, they will. Before I got the paperwork on my brand, I seen somebody else try to pop up with that. I said, hold on, let me go ahead and get this.
Wait a minute.
Because I know I had it first. Definitely.
It'd be like that.
Definitely. Let's talk about the record called Drip. This is the current single.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about, kind of where you were at when you put this record together.
I was in the shower.
The water was dripping.
Yeah, yes. But it was really stemmed from, I did that review. Carlos Brown I sent it to Carlos Brown review.
Shout out to Carlos.
Yeah. And I sent him Break 'Em. And he was like, yeah, keep going. You know when somebody hit you with die? Yeah. Well, he didn't say it was bad, but I was like, I'm going to win him over with this. So I was in the shower, and I was like, I walked in here with a leg. I was like, it took me a little minute to come up with Drip. That water bill was high.
You guys had a high water bill that month?
It was a high water bill.
But definitely shout out to Carlos Brown. I've known him for a long time. Super solid. And he is one of the people that you can trust for an honest opinion when you want your music reviewed. So definitely shout out to him. So the record, is there a visual for it yet?
Not yet, because I want to go back home and do it.
Okay.
So getting that, you know what I realized? Everybody is not for the camera. So just that tapping back in, because I've been doing everything here, it will be easy for me to do it here. But I really want to go back home and do it. Yeah. And I guess I'm kind of like not running out of time, but I need to push it a little bit longer. So I might wind up doing it here. But ideally, I want to do it home.
Yeah. I mean, that would be a slight bit of challenge for yourself to do that, because like you said, this has kind of become home for you. This is where your music career is popping off. So to even though you're from there, it'd be a slight challenge for you. Yeah. You feel good about it. Yeah. Definitely. What else you have coming for us in the new year? I know we talked about a lot. You got the merch, and
we got this.
Yeah.
We're gonna have it on lock, baby. We're gonna manifest. I'm gonna be on movies this year. I'm gonna really be a rich bitch. Okay?
I know that's right. Pop your ish. So let's talk about that just ever so slightly. Film interest you?
Yes. So actually, when I was younger in Philly, I used to go to a performing arts school.
Oh, okay.
So in the summertime, I told you I was trying to get out the hood.
Yes.
I would take college courses at Joseph in Philadelphia, and I would do like theater there, because in my regular school we didn't have that. We didn't have anything. So I would go there in the summertime and act.
I love that. Mm-hmm. Any particular type of roles that you think you will or will not want to do?
I don't want to block my blessing by saying what I'm not going to do. Ideally, though, I'm definitely like bossy. My name is the Madam. Like,
I know that's right.
Like, it got to be some. It got to be a bossy role. I would like a bossy role.
Absolutely. And that's the beautiful thing about Atlanta. There is a lot of independent filmmakers out here. I can definitely point you to a couple of them. Have you heard of King June? King June. Definitely got to connect with him. He's always consistently putting films out, and he's always casting for his films. Gosh, he's a good dude. Him, and there's so many others. I'll think of some other ones as well. But that's a great starting point, because it's local for you. You could do it, here, and not have to worry about traveling per se. But that'll come in due time.
I'm with it. Cast me, baby.
Absolutely. Well, listen, it was such a pleasure to have you here.
Yes, thank you.
I enjoyed this conversation thoroughly and getting to know you, and I definitely look forward to working with you more.
Yes, for sure.
Absolutely. Where can people follow you at?
You guys can follow me on Instagram at madam.neesh. That's MADAM without the E, because I'm not for everybody. .NEESH.
That is her slogan, and I love it. Listen, we are not everybody's cup of tea, and that's okay. That is okay. I know you have a lot of people that love you, support you. Who do you want to give thanks to and shout out to?
First off, we gotta thank God, because baby, your peace of mind will be gone if you don't have Jesus. But like my husband, my mom is like my number one support. I think they be going like, I don't know. I think they probably argue about it between my husband and my mom.
Is she here?
She's here in Atlanta. Okay. I'm surprised she was. If y'all haven't seen me perform, y'all didn't see my mom and making all that damn noise. But they are my two, like, with them, I feel like I could conquer the world. So shout out to them.
Absolutely. And shout out to yourself.
Yes. Big up.
Yes. Big up to you for out here doing it and getting to it and pushing through and not letting nothing stop you. That's something to be proud of.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I like definitely. You,
I like to be people's like ego, because sometimes a lot of people are so humble, and I'm like, you got to pop your ish.
That's right.
100%. One last question. Where are we at?
Industries.
Tell them. Big Industries most wanted. Boom.
Big on it. Big TampaMystic.
Big Madam Neesh in the building. Not the little one. What makes you the industry's most wanted?
First off, I'm giving authenticity, baby. Whatever you see is what you get. It's no faking me. I can't be. So you love me for me, I love you right back, because it's not going to change. Yeah.
I know that's right. I appreciate you being here.
I appreciate you. I really love your energy.
Thank you. Likewise.
Yes.
Likewise.
It's not too many genuine people, but your energy is really like super dope.
And yours is as well. Thank you for that, though.
Yes.
We up out of here, y'all.
Drip. They know they like that shit. I walked in here with a limp.